Poetry, a word that echoes with whispers of ancient bards and modern spoken word artists, holds a unique space in the world of literature. It is a realm where language transcends its everyday purpose, transforming into an art form. Poetry invites us to see the world anew, to feel with a depth often missed in the mundane. Unlike prose, which flows linearly, poetry dances. It leaps and pauses, using the tools of rhythm, rhyme, and imagery to craft a powerful experience for the reader. It's a concentrated form of language, distilled to its most potent form. In the hands of a skilled poet, words transform into colors, sounds become tangible, and emotions take on physical form. Poetry, in its essence, is a distillation of human experience, capturing the joys, sorrows, and complexities of life in a way that resonates deeply within us.
What truly distinguishes poetry from other forms of writing? It's the deliberate crafting of language to evoke emotions and spark imagination. Poetry delves into the very essence of words, exploring their musicality, their ability to paint vivid pictures, and their power to convey profound truths. At its heart, poetry is about conveying meaning through carefully chosen words and their arrangement. It's about using figurative language, like metaphors and similes, to create layers of meaning that invite interpretation. Poetry is also about expressing emotions, whether it's the joy of love, the pain of loss, or the quiet contemplation of nature. Poetry gives voice to the full spectrum of human feeling. It's this combination of language, imagery, and emotion that makes poetry such a powerful and enduring art form.
The language of poetry is a sensory experience, a dance of words that engages the mind and the senses. It's about painting pictures with words, using vivid imagery to transport the reader to another time and place, making them feel as if they are part of the scene. It's about using sound devices like alliteration and onomatopoeia to create a musical effect that enhances the poem's meaning, making the words resonate in the reader's mind. A single word in a poem can hold immense power, capable of conveying a universe of emotions and thoughts. It can evoke a specific memory, conjure a particular image, or trigger a rush of emotions, connecting the reader to the poet's inner world. Poets are masters of connotation, understanding the subtle shades of meaning that words carry beyond their literal definitions, and using them to craft layers of meaning. Metaphors, which create comparisons between seemingly unrelated things, are essential tools in a poet's arsenal, allowing them to draw connections that surprise and enlighten. They allow poets to express complex ideas in surprising and memorable ways, adding layers of depth and meaning to their work, making the abstract tangible. Through this masterful manipulation of language, poetry transcends mere communication and becomes an art form that speaks directly to the soul, touching hearts and minds in profound ways. The beauty of poetry lies in its ability to distill complex human experiences into a few carefully chosen words, creating a shared emotional journey between the poet and the reader. In the quiet moments of creation, poets weave their thoughts and feelings into a tapestry of words, crafting verses that echo with universal truths and personal insights. Each poem is a unique expression, a snapshot of the poet's soul, inviting readers to explore the depths of human experience through the lens of language and emotion.
While the language of poetry is fluid and evocative, it often finds its expression within specific forms and structures. These structures, far from being restrictive, provide a framework within which poets can experiment and innovate. Traditional forms, like sonnets, haikus, and villanelles, each with their own set of rules regarding rhyme scheme, meter, and stanza length, offer a unique challenge and opportunity for poets to showcase their skill and creativity. However, poetry is not bound by tradition. The rise of free verse poetry in the 20th century liberated poets from the constraints of strict form, allowing for greater freedom of expression. Whether a poem adheres to a strict structure or flows freely across the page, The arrangement of words and lines plays a crucial role in conveying its meaning and creating its overall impact.
One of the most intriguing aspects of poetry is its ability to hold multiple layers of meaning. Each layer can reveal something new and profound, depending on the reader's perspective and the context in which the poem is read. Unlike prose, which often strives for clarity and directness, poetry invites interpretation. It thrives on ambiguity and the richness of language, allowing for a multitude of readings and understandings. It encourages readers to delve beneath the surface, to explore the spaces between words, and to discover their own understanding of the poem's message. This process of interpretation can be deeply personal and transformative. Symbols, objects, or actions that represent abstract ideas or concepts are often woven into the fabric of a poem, adding richness and complexity to its meaning. These symbols can evoke emotions and thoughts that go beyond the literal words on the page. A simple object like a rose can represent love, beauty, or even the fleeting nature of time, depending on the context. The interpretation of such symbols can vary widely among readers, each bringing their own experiences and emotions to the text. The beauty of poetry lies in its ambiguity. This ambiguity allows for a rich tapestry of meanings and interpretations, making each reading a unique experience. There is no single correct interpretation of a poem. Each reader's understanding is valid and adds to the collective appreciation of the work. Each reader brings their own unique experiences, perspectives, and emotions to the reading, creating a deeply personal and subjective encounter with the text. This personal connection can make poetry a powerful and intimate form of expression. This open-endedness makes poetry a dynamic and ever-evolving art form. As society and individuals change, so too does the interpretation and relevance of poetry, ensuring its timeless appeal and enduring significance.
Poetry has a unique ability to connect with us on an emotional level. It speaks to the deepest parts of ourselves, expressing feelings that we may not even be able to articulate. When we read a poem that resonates with us, it's like the poet has reached into our soul and given voice to our own unspoken thoughts and emotions. Whether it's the joy of love expressed in a Shakespearean sonnet, the grief of loss captured in a W. B. Yeats' elegy, or the quiet contemplation of nature found in a Mary Oliver poem, poetry has the power to evoke a wide range of emotions. This emotional connection is what makes poetry so powerful and enduring. It allows us to tap into the shared human experience, to find comfort and solace in knowing that others have felt the same joys and sorrows, hopes and fears.
Poetry has played a vital role in shaping and reflecting societies throughout history, from ancient epic poems that preserved cultural myths and legends to modern spoken word performances that address contemporary social issues. Poetry has always been a powerful tool for communication, expression, and social commentary. It gives voice to the marginalized, challenges injustice, and celebrates the diversity of human experience. Through poetry, we can explore different cultures, perspectives, and historical moments, gaining a deeper understanding of the world around us. Poetry also has the power to create a sense of community and shared identity. When we share poems that resonate with us, we are connecting with others who share our values, our experiences, and our hopes for the future. In this way, poetry fosters empathy, understanding, and a sense of belonging.
Poetry transcends the boundaries of language, culture, and time. It is a bridge that connects us across continents and centuries, allowing us to share our deepest thoughts and emotions. It is a universal language that speaks to the very core of what it means to be human. Through poetry, we can express the inexpressible, capturing fleeting moments and eternal truths in just a few lines. Whether it's a haiku written in ancient Japan, a sonnet penned in Elizabethan England, or a spoken word poem performed on a stage today, poetry has the power to connect with us on a fundamental human level. These forms, though different in structure and style, all serve the same purpose: to convey the essence of human experience. It allows us to tap into the shared human experience, to find comfort and solace in knowing that others have felt the same joys and sorrows, hopes and fears. Through poetry, we realize that we are not alone in our struggles and triumphs. In a world that often feels increasingly divided, poetry has the power to bring us together, to remind us of our shared humanity. It serves as a reminder that despite our differences, we all share the same fundamental emotions and experiences. Poetry is an essential part of what makes us human. It is a mirror reflecting our inner lives, our relationships with each other, and our place in the world. Through poetry, we can explore the depths of our souls and the complexities of our existence. It is a reflection of our inner lives, our relationships with each other, and our place in the world. Poetry captures the essence of our thoughts and feelings, giving voice to our innermost desires and fears. As long as there are humans to experience life in all its complexity and beauty, there will be poetry to give voice to those experiences. It is a timeless art form that will continue to inspire, comfort, and unite us for generations to come.